In case you missed it, OpenAI released their Chat GPT 4.0 yesterday, the big announcement video. I don't know if you noticed on the landing page for this new announcement, there was a new disclaimer added. Did you catch it? I did. My name is UK. Let's have a chat about it, shall we? Hello everybody and welcome. So this was actually pretty funny. Looking back on my last video on AI, I'm going to leave a link here or somewhere in the description where we basically discussed is big tech faking AI. Well, with the release of ChatGPT 4.0 on their landing page is this lovely disclaimer. All videos on this page are at 1x speed. Now, we've gotten kind of used to and accustomed to leaks coming out of big tech, faking all kinds of AI. But I thought this one was pretty important because that was one of the first things I noticed about these tech demos, the sheer speed and lack of latency between a prompt and then a response and an accurate response. This new version 4.0, it uses a completely different system to their previous, in which their previous version would transcribe, it would then calculate, or it would process, and then from that transcription, it would then spit out the answer. Well, with end-to-end, it's picking up all of the nuances of background noise, tone, emotion, and it's not being lost in translation through the prompts. So all of the existing AI or virtual assistants, none of them can pick up tone, none of them have inflection, none of them can converse in a way that creates that human feeling. And I think that OpenAI are definitely one step closer to nailing some of these things down, which I feel have been kind of holding back the advancement. There are some absolutely crazy examples of inflection and emotion and mood in these tech demos. And I'll leave a link to all of them down below in the description. So here's an example of what I mean by tone, inflection, emotion in just the very opening clip. It was obviously dialed to 11 because this is a tech demo and they want to really, kind of show it off. If this is real, this is pretty mind-blowing.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI?
So these new voice updates are almost scarily human. And it's not just the tech demos they were using. It was the ability to control the voice, the mood, the emotion through prompts that was the thing that I was a little bit concerned about, because it seems like you can almost tailor the perfect AI. And there are people out there, there's a subset of people out there that are going to use this. They're going to tailor this AI and they're going to get companionship from this AI. I think it's that good. And this is the first iteration of it. Another pretty dystopian part of this whole tech demo was when they had Dr. Khan and his son do a math tutoring tech demo. Now, imagine you're going to present a piece of technology that can perfectly replace you and your job. This one blew my mind. The AI did such a good job in this tech demo that it literally could have replaced Dr. Khan and done the whole thing that he's paid to do, or he's a nonprofit.
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. All right, make sure it can see our screen.
Actually, in this format,
hello there.
I can't.
I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem, but don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
So also, I don't know if you caught that at the start of the clip when he begins to start the prompt and the iPad itself isn't ready. ChatGPT 4.0 knew that the project wasn't ready and began to give instruction on how to prepare the iPad for this tech demo, where Dr. Khan interrupted the AI, continued the prompt. It was all kind of seamless. The prompt was picked up even though it was interrupted and followed through kind of seamlessly. The ability to interrupt mid-sentence and still get an accurate, consistent response on that prompt you're given, pretty mind-blowing. I think one of my biggest takeaways from this whole event was summed up in the YouTube comments of when these videos went live. Somebody wrote, "She sounds like that call center at work voice all day." Exactly. This is where technology is going to replace jobs in the very near future. If this is just the starting point with where 4.0 is currently, we are probably a couple of years at most away from having most call centers, low-level, entry-level customer service roles, concierge roles, all of these jobs that are filled by hundreds of thousands of Americans and hundreds of thousands of people around the world. They're going to be replaced with this technology. It's just a matter of time. I thought we were a ways away from that. I thought maybe a decade, maybe 15 years. But if what they're showing in some of these tech demos is real, and it seems to be, you can't really keep lying and getting away with it, can you? If it is real, we're at a point where this technology is going to start replacing jobs. Our economy, our infrastructure, our housing, our food production, none of this is ready for when AI starts taking over jobs in large numbers. When we're looking at 20%, 30%, 40% unemployment rate, I have no idea what that does to a global economy, but it can't be good. Most of the jobs that the AI is going to replace is entry-level stuff. It's people who are already kind of living paycheck to paycheck, or certainly not middle-class jobs. These are entry-level or basic skill requirement jobs that are going to be replaced first. We're not ready for that. And that's scary. That's terrifying, because when these unemployment numbers start rising to an already fragile and delicate global economy, what's that going to do? What's that going to look like? Who knows? But that's the thing that really scares me the most in all of this. Yeah, the technology is cool. Yeah, it's going to generate better returns on investment for these Amazons of the world and these Googles of the world who can offset a lot of their costs with cheap technology. But it's everyday people who are going to suffer, I think, in the long run. So here's a great example, and one that I didn't even really think about once I watched one of these tech demos. When you go to a hotel to check in and you walk up to the desk and you're greeted, and then you give them your information, they look down, they type your information, they wait, find your booking, and then the conversation begins. All of this is going to be replaced. All of it. You're going to walk into a hotel lobby. You're going to talk to an iPad. The iPad's going to use facial recognition. It's probably already scraped all of your physical features off your public profiles like Facebook and your LinkedIn and all of that. You're going to walk to the lobby. You're going to talk to your iPad, and you're going to be greeted by name. And not only that, it's going to know who you are, what your booking is, how long you're staying. It's going to spit out your key, and it's going to say, if you have any questions, let me know. That's one example of how efficient this AI will become and how it's going to be used to replace humans in jobs. It just will. Why pay $20 an hour for somebody to sit and fumble around a outdated computer system and booking system when AI already knows who you are and what your interests are and what you look like and how much money you've got in the bank and everything you could possibly think of, it already knows about you. Google currently knows more about you than your physician. I assure you, it is dystopian and scary to say the least. there are going to be benefits. We are going to benefit from this technology somehow. I'm not sure where yet. It will happen. However, are the pros going to outweigh the cons? So I want to know what you think. I got so much from the comments of these videos on YouTube, and the conversation was a little bit split. You've got a lot of the younger generation who meme on this stuff and think it's hilarious and can't wait to create some anime waifu cyber girlfriend AI. But then you've got the millennials and the boomers who can see, the potential impact on an economic scale, on a social scale, what this is going to do to the world as a whole. And I want to know what you think. I want to have a conversation about this and tell me what you think this is going to do to our world in the near future. Let me know in the comments. Let's get a chat going. Yeah, so I could just sit here and talk about AI and technology and where I think the world's heading for hours on end. If this kind of thing is interesting to you, consider subscribing. If you like this video, why not leave a like? It would help immensely. Until the next one though, I've been UK. You've been fantastic. I will see you in the next one.